Good afternoon, I'm Larry Berglund. Welcome to our continuing series of podcasts. I'm a researcher, writer, supply management professional, advocate, facilitator, consultant, and author on the subject that we'll be looking at today, sustainability and corporate social responsibility. And you can get more information from our website, www.prezplus.com. The subject of today's presentation is called Six Sigma. It's a pun intended on Six Sigma, and I'm a huge fan of Six Sigma in terms of quality. It's been very successful. It was created by Motorola a couple decades ago, and it has certainly gone a long way to improve quality. It eliminates errors in manufacturing and administrative processes as well, and it's a very good for a wide variety of error elimination in business and in processes. So Six Sigma was adopted by many leading organizations, GE, Nokia, and many others, including a company you may not be as familiar with called Foxconn Technology. The thing that caught my attention on the Foxconn Technology occurred earlier on in 2010 with the unfortunate and shocking 10 suicides by employees working for Foxconn year to date. There's been a great degree of denial by the company, and there's bound to be some errors in the stories that have been reported, but I think what we're seeing is we are now having quality exceed the rights of workers, and this is an unsustainable model, so I think it's something that has to be looked at. So the article that I wrote on it, Six Sigma, explores this. Quality at what price? That's the issue that businesses have to look at. When you see companies that are outsourcing, such as Dell, Apple, Sony, and many others, using Foxconn services, we then have to look at, do these companies have supplier code of conduct? Let's just use Apple as an example. It has a very strong supplier code of conduct. They've been working with Foxconn for a number of years, and yet they have been blinking at the suicide and other poor labor management practices being purportedly done at Foxconn. I think this is a very serious issue. And for supply management, doing your due diligence is mission critical on where the sourcing is going from. The supplier code of conduct typically mirrors an organization's values, and they should be aligned wherever possible. So where we would find a contractor with many infractions on accepted labor practices, and now exhibiting practices where employees are dying, I think we've crossed the line there somewhere. So workers' complaints are one thing. Death at work is something else. Honda is also using Foxconn, and they've had labor strikes, and what they've had to do is double the wages. So the wages, when you work it out, in some cases are as low as 54 cents an hour for some of these. So Six Sigma standards are exceeding those of the workers in the organization, and supply management has a role in this practice to expose it, if not, and they may not be the final decision maker, but we now have imported goods coming from organizations that are questionable in terms of what's morally acceptable to our standards, and we may be blinking at it in order to get very low-cost goods into the market. So these show up in iPhones, iPads, and many other Apple products. I'm not singling out Apple, but they are one of the most widely recognized brand names internationally, and we have got to improve this. So we have foreign workers providing us with goods at an expense that it exceeds whatever was intended by outsourcing. And it's I'd like you to look at that article that accompanies the podcast, and look forward to you tuning in for our other podcasts and webcasts that we have on our website. Thank you very much for your time today.